what's up, y'all? I would say good morning because it is good morning, but it's also probably afternoon and or evening to you, wherever you are in the world. Hey guys, I know it has been a long time. It's been a long time. It has been a long motherfudging time, y'all. With the fudge, with the fudge, with the fudge. Yeah, man, so, how do you like the landscape and how it looks in the War Robot land? Never mind this. This is what happens when you face an Ares train. Your tinted windows get all jacketed up. Oh, man. Yeah, so Ares train. So I saw some proposed nerfs to that, which I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know how it hasn't happened. I don't know how... I wish that I paid more attention to this kind of stuff. That's why I rely on you guys. But I wish that I paid more attention to the logistics of, you know, when the updates are passed or when the updates are released, what has been included in the buffs and what's been included in the nerfs, and also the timetables, how long a specific bot has remained king of the game. And the reason why I say that is because I'm wondering, like, how long since the release of the Ares in its current form and how it's been used, you know, how long it's been allowed to remain as powerful as it is, and then with the addition of the modules, pilots, boosters. Because we're not even talking about MK2 anymore. I remember Adrian was talking about the reason why he does not think that upgrading to MK2 is even necessary because of the introduction of the pilots and modules, which I completely agree. None of my bots, except for I have 2 hovers that are level 11 MK2, but all the rest of my stuff is level 1, level 6 to level 12. Yeah, and that's the same thing that goes with my my weapons too. I do have a bunch of MK2 weapons, but those weapons are not, they're not something that you would be using regularly. I have 4 trebs because I had a butch because I deleted it, erased it. Boom! I got like 6 million silver for it. But my trebs are level MK2, level 11 and level 12. And then I have 3 MK2 level 12 Thunders. And 3 level 12 MK2 Tridents. What the hell did they do to the Tridents? Oh my gosh! The Tridents. Man, the Tridents are 600 meter Kang Days or Nashorns. Good gracious! You have to hit them people point blank. They have no splash radius. I don't care what you say. There's no splash radius. There's not even enough splash radius to compete with the dang, what are the shock trains. You have a better chance of hitting a target with shock trains than you do the Tridents. God, and they slow down the firing mechanism. The same thing that they did with the Columbus and the pins. Those things are painfully slow when they eject. Vroom. Get a sip of coffee. Vroom. Woo! Chew on your donut. Vroom. Good. Man. Yeah, besides that, I have found the most effective... This is on the brawling map, so we're going back to the Ares. I have found the most effective nightmare response to the nightmare at hand, which is the Ares. I consider all Ares a nightmare. And then the Aries train is a nightmare that you can't freaking wake up from. And you wake up in a cold sweat, feeling like your entire life has been impacted in a negative way by the nightmare. Like you're now living the nightmare. That's what the Aries train is. But the most effective build for the Aries, against the Aries, is anything that has rocket mechanics like the Thermite, Aphid, and Vortex. Aphid don't do anything. But if you have Aphids, get them in groups of 4. That's a nightmare. But don't shoot them all at one time. Count your 8 seconds and start lobbing them. Like if you have a blitz or even a pattern. I've known some people that have patents. I don't have them. I used to have them, but I had to get that silver, y'all. I had to do some spring cleaning. But if you have 4 of them, lob them. Like if you look at it like a clock. You have 1 to 3 o'clock, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12. I would hit that first one, then the second one, then the third one, then the fourth one. And just hold down that fire button when you know that's the wait time for it to reload is about to near. If you have like 1-2 seconds left of your wait, lock on your target and lob them again. And they'll shoot out in the exact same pattern, if you will, timing that you did on the first salvo. But of course, you'll probably hit the Aries shield. But if you if you see the Aries shield go back up, disengage and move on to the next target if you can, because don't give him any additional firepower that he doesn't deserve. None of them deserve. Because I guess if you shoot and you continue to shoot, I don't know why people do continue to shoot, but if you do, all you're doing is you're making his response more powerful. Heck no, you ain't getting none of my salvo. I'm taking mine and I'm shooting it. I'd rather shoot it at a traditionalist Falcon, which is another BS bot in the game. That's ridiculous. How can you have so much firepower that you can absorb basically 5 bots, MK2 leveled up, shooting all, let's say all Redeemers, or what's a Redeemer Exodus, Tridents, Thunders, like the most powerful weapons in the game, short range. If they hit the target, all 5 bots, that traditionalist Falcon will absorb probably at least 2 full salvos from each of those 5 bots, and that bot will not die. That makes no sense. It makes as much sense as the freaking Aries. Makes no sense whatsoever. I'm telling you, man, they're dreaming a fancy dream with these indestructible shields. It doesn't make sense. It's like time travel. What the heck? Time travel, man. You end up coming back to reality with the Benjamin Button disease. I know I talk about Benjamin Button a lot because that's funny. You grow the opposite direction. You're birthed as an old infant, and as you get older, you actually get younger to where you die as a little baby. That's what ends up. That's what's going to happen, man. I hope all those players in those big clans that are already racking up like 4 million damage per game, I hope all those players get Benjamin Button. Benjamin Buttoned. That'd be funny. That'd be really funny. But yeah, besides that, yeah, man, what else is going on? So my wife moved back home, which I'm definitely happy about because I miss my boo-boo. And then my old lady cat moved back. I think there's something wrong with her. I know that she's had a lot of health problems over the years, and I know that her living with my wife at my wife's parents' house over the last few months hasn't helped because my mother-in-law, my in-laws have 4 cats. And all those cats are damn mischievous little furry bottoms. We got an old man cat over there. Got 2 old man cat. We got a very, very overweight lady cat. And then a cute little cuddly middle-aged cat. And they're all like competing for seniority. Seniority. It's not senorita-ority. But yeah. But so my cat, my baby old lady cat, she can't even move. She's like, I gotta stay in this room, and she's deaf. We had some we had to put her on an emergency antibiotic or something because of something that was going on. I can't remember what it was. I think it was the mold in the house was getting her sick. Of course, it was getting us sick too. But we had to put her on some really strong antibiotics. And now she's deaf. Not like Cat Williams deaf. Not like after, going to Colorado and, you know what I'm saying, taking a couple of tokens and not being able to hear anything kind of deaf. Not the deaf, the DEF deaf. We're talking about deaf. They're deaf. They're deaf. Not death. I keep getting it mixed up with what Cat Williams said. DEAF. That's right, I spelled it correctly. Not deef. DEF. EEF. Oh man. I think that's what makes me so special. Is that I have such an unlimited vocabulary when I'm thinking, but when I'm speaking, it just goes down to the bare minimums. I need to start reading more. That's what I need to do. Oh, there's a pod truck. You can't see the pod truck, but I think he's the one that dropped my pod off at my house. I still got the pod. Man, that just reminds me, I still got the pod. What we're using the pod for is to take everything out of the house to put it in the pod so that we can go room by room and clear out clutter and stuff. So we got a lot of stuff that we got to be putting in the pod, taking out of the pod, and giving away and donating. Which makes me think. This makes me think of something. With war robots, what I've noticed, I've been reading some of the posts that some of y'all are making on Facebook, and I gotta say, man, that Facebook community's gutter. You got a bunch of man children that are over the age of what you should be as in maturity wise, acting like a bunch of children, and then you have a bunch of children trying to pretend that they're older, thinking that older mature men only curse and only downplay or downgrade other people or make fun of other people and bully other people. And you got the same thing with the chicas out there. Hey man, that's just gutter. Anyway, so I'm looking at some of the things that you guys are posting, and I'm like, damn, you gotta make some sense, because I'm having how my brain works is I connect dots. So people tell me certain things or telling me stories. It's usually stories that give me this idea of what I'm telling you. So I'm listening to them. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Can't stop. Now I'm probably yawn. I keep yawning. So I'm listening to the story. I'm reading the stories that you guys are posting and stuff. And I'm thinking of other things that are completely unrelated to the story or whatever it is that you're talking about. And so I'm having visuals of other things that have nothing to do with it, and I'm connecting dots just so that I can understand. And I don't do it at a conscious level. I'm not doing it like, keep telling me, I just connected another dot. Thank you very much, like the connect set. No, it's not like that at all. I drew from some of what y'all are saying a metaphor of war robots for life. You ever heard of spring cleaning? If you have, you probably are in the West, United States, probably Canada, maybe even South America on the West. Maybe, I don't know of South America, but I know that if you have family or friends or whatever, or you read a lot of like home improvement stuff, you hear of the idea of spring cleaning. And spring cleaning is once a year, you go around your house and all the rooms in the house, and you inventory what it is that you have, and you use it as a way to kind of declutter and get rid of things that you no longer use or have that you want. Get rid of things that you no longer use or want, and either sell it, donate it, or give it or trash it. So sell it, give it away, or donate it to someone or some organization, or completely throw it away. Thinking about spring cleaning with War Robots, it's kind of what I did not too long ago. I went through my entire lineup, all of my bots, the ones that had weapons. I took all the weapons off. I took all the weapons off every single bot that I had in my 1, 2, and 3rd hanger, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd hanger. So that when I went into my light weapons, I scrolled through and I looked at what it is that I use regularly. The ones that I use regularly or can't use regularly because they're not upgraded yet, I kept. The ones that I no longer use, I put it in like a mental go back to bin. And then the ones that I will never use, like your level 1 mullets and Punishers or Magnums or whatever, you go in and you look at how many you have. And chances are over the years, you've accumulated, not really collected. Yeah, you have collected it, but you've accumulated all this junk that you'll never use because it's last year or the last version of the game meta. It's no longer useful in any situation. So you just hit that little tick button to increase the quantity so that you can select all of them, all 29 level 1 mullets, and hit delete, and you'll get maybe 1,000 silver for that. But it goes into the other ones, that the weapons that you probably still have that are maybe MK2 or level 11, MK1, but you'll never use those ever again. And whatever quantity you have, let's say you have 8, but the only one that you have selected right now is the 1, and you hit that little tick, select all level 8, hit delete, ask you if you really want to delete it, you say heck yeah, drop it like it's hot, put it in my silver bank, and you get maybe 2,000 silver. You get the idea? So now you've made room, gotten rid of all the clutter of your light weapons, and you go to your medium weapons. You do the exact same thing. Then you go to your heavy weapons. Do the exact same thing. Then I went into my robots. Y'all, I got rid of a lot. I got rid of so much. I got rid of 2 Inquisitors. I got rid of 2 Hovers. I got rid of all of my American bots. The Butch, the Doc, the Jesse. Everything that I know I will never, ever, ever use again because I haven't used them and because I've stayed in such a yesterday mindset of not moving on. Like, you know, the players, and I consider myself one of those players. Not to the extent of like Lottie Rose. She has all Ravens. She refuses to get the meta, but she has the meta pilots and pilot abilities. But she's adapting in her own little way. Me, I'm adapting in my own little way, but I'm trying to get the meta bots. But I'm not going as far as other people with the pilots and stuff because I can't afford that. I don't have the gold. I have no gold. Just put it that way. I have no gold. And see, I have to stop at the store to get a prescription. But So when it comes to doing that spring cleaning, you realize, oh man, I have all this stuff, I'm not using it, but I need silver, like that of I'm doing spring cleaning because I need to clear out the clutter in my house. I also need to make room for newness and breath so that I can breathe again, because I have too much around me. It's affecting my health. It's affecting my health. That I could either use it to bless, or like give it away to bless somebody that's less fortunate than myself, and or I can use it to get some money to pay for that thing that I need. Maybe I need to get my car fixed, or we need to paint the outside of our house. So we need money to paint the outside of our house. So it could go towards the improvement of. So how we would do that in War Robots is that we would get the silver so that we can upgrade our weapons or upgrade our bots. Stay relatively up to date with all the stuff that we have going on, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the spring cleaning thing, I went through all that stuff, and I burned through, I think it was like 55 million silver and probably 6 upgrades. Things that were like, don't even make a dent in Champion League type of upgrades. That's why I think the economy needs to be completely overhauled. It's not right that it costs as much as it does to upgrade things to ridiculously low levels, but that's just the game. People are paying for it. Literally, they're paying for it. And then the people that aren't paying for it with their money, they're paying for it with the amount of time it takes for them to upgrade, which then it takes them an entire season of a meta to upgrade something that was last season's meta. So now they have last season's meta. Now, after a full other season of meta, now it's new meta that stuff is now almost irrelevant or not as effective. Whereas before, when we're looking at the meta back in the day with walking war robots, it was the rhinos, it was the Lancelots, it was was it the golems, boas, but we had very little to choose from. There was not a lot to choose from with the bots that we had available. And the same thing with the weapons. Now it's like, man, what are we going to Walmart? Like, we have unlimited selection of bots, weapons, modules, pilots, pilot abilities, boosters. Seems like chaos theory, man. There's just way too much. And too many people are giving advice from their perspective. Let's say a brawler is giving brawler advice, and then the people that are more of a support type of player or a passive type of player is taking the brawler's advice and saying, oh, I need to get what that person says because that person, I think they know what they're talking about. And then they get all brawling bots, which completely doesn't match their playing style, and they are feeling like completely overwhelmed with the way the game is or the way that essentially the game is attacking them, because the game is attacking all players equally. It's just the players that are thriving are the players that know their playing style and are matching their playing style with their hangers and their weapons. And those people are usually the ones that are thriving. It's like with me, I work at Apple. And I love working for Apple. I love working with the people that I work with. I'm introverted by nature. You may not know that because you think that, oh man, I'm really outgoing on video. But that's only on video. I'm by myself. I'm speaking to you by myself. Now, if I was chilling with you, like sitting on a dock on the bay, watching the tide roll away, and we're just sitting on a dock or just sitting on a park bench, just chitting about life or about the game or whatever, you have my undivided attention. You're the only person in the world that matters. And the same thing when I'm working with someone, maybe I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, if they want to get an iPhone, which iPhone that they want, which model, which features are the most important to them, what case should they get, or iPad or MacBook or whatever it is. Because we don't work on commission, there's no reason that I need to upsell anybody. When I'm with you as a customer, I'm with you, only you. No one in the world matters except for you. Quality time, eye contact, my body language is open to you. You're important to me. But the moment you put me in an environment where, like, if I'm at a table and all of these people are surrounding me, all looking to me to help them because maybe there's not enough people like my coworkers to help me at Apple Watch or iPhone table or Mac or whatever. And I have all these people around me. I freaking lock up. I don't know what to say. I'm overwhelmed with anxiety because I can't give that personal one-on-one, you're the only person in the world that matters type of attention to everyone. So like that in War Robots, it happens the same way. If the playing style doesn't match the hanger and the bots, so we're looking at hanger as the bots in the lineup and the weapons that are on those bots, and the weapons that are on those bots are configured for the playing style, like all that stuff, and map specific. If those things are out of sync, the player feels out of balance or in chaos. It's just the way that it happens. It's just the way that life is. That's why I think that there's so many metaphors regarding life in the game. When all the chips are stacked up against you, what are you going to do? You're going to keep fighting. And I know I joke, which I'm not really joking. When I see, and I always do this, this is like a little side note. If I see on the other end of the map, I see what people drop in on my team, and I see what people are dropping in on the enemy team. And if I see on the enemy team 5 Ares and then an Aljun, I ain't fucking fudge that. There's no fun in it. There's none. There's absolutely none. And the reason why I do this now is because I realize that the most precious commodity in the game is time. The most precious resource that we have in life and in the game is time. It's not silver, it's not gold, it's not technology, it's not gold. It's time. I don't care where my trophies end up at the post-match, end of the match summary, because I always end up at the very bottom. It's just the way that it is. It's not anything about the players that I'm playing against, and it's not anything to do with the game. It has everything to do with the matchmaking, but it's just, I know that I am not going to be a contributing member of this team based on the small number or the low levels of my bots and my weapons, and the players that I'm facing on the other team, on the red team. I know that those players have what they have because I face them all the time. So what I do is, I'm just going to skip the match, and I'm going to drop out and I'm going to go to the next match. Because let's say that I survive 2.5 minutes, but I still only get like 97,000 silver, maybe 110,000 damage, 22 less trophies, no beacons captured. That's 2.5 minutes that I could have been in another match with a level match made match. You know what I'm saying? 29 minutes. Good gosh. So basically it's like this. In summary, life's a box of chocolates. Now, there's a lot of metaphors in the game. Things that we can look at, all the things that we have going on in the individual interactions with our teammates or the people that we're trying to beat on the map. Everything is a metaphor for life. Everything that's in the game. It's just, are your eyes open to seeing that metaphor? 2, I'm trying to get back into doing the regular videos. It's been really, really, really difficult since I started working at Apple. My schedule is all over the place, and I'm trying to fit a sense of predictability in the way I upload and when I upload and what I upload. The other thing is we moved back into the house, all that stuff. Boom, shakalaka. Yeah. And I probably, you know me, forgot what the heck I was going to go at with that. But anyway, man, check this out. I would love to know in your comments below what metaphors for life you can kind of extract from the game that you play. The game, that match, the interaction. Maybe it's, you know, you're texting another player that's a friend of yours, and the interaction makes you realize, oh man, it's something about, you know, connection and relationships, and that's important because you never know what somebody else is going through. Or, man, it's like facing overwhelming odds. Like you decide that you're going to be the one that stands up and fights against all those Aries, and yeah, you could lose every single bot, but at least you know that, you know, you died trying. You're not going to go down without a fight. You're not going to let cancer take you down, or you're not going to let, you know, a lost loved one hold you down. And I do have to say, I saw something on Facebook yesterday. I think Mike, I can never pronounce his last name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I think it was his. Hopefully, it's not his wife. But hopefully, if that is the case, that you all lift him up in your prayers. There's so many people that are going through stuff right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe the moon's alignment. I don't know if it's the year. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of people that's suffering. And I'm one of them. I deal with anxiety and depression all the time. And that's why I need to keep making these videos, because I know how important it is to be a conduit to help other people shine bright, even if it's through our own suffering. So, you know, lift Mike up in your prayers, him and his family, you know, people that, you know, they're struggling to make ends meet, you know, lift them up in your prayers, your thoughts, whatever it is that you believe in, you know, believe in something. Believe in something. Anyway. Yeah. Let me know in the comment section, you know, any life metaphor you have. Even record a piece. Record something. You know, drop a link in the comment section of a short little interaction that you had with somebody in one of the matches. Maybe like a 25-second clip of kind of whatever metaphor you can extract from that situation, and, you know, share it. Share it with me, share it with everyone that's in this community. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. And no matter where you are in the world, I hope you, your friends, and your family are happy, absolutely happy, healthy, and safe. Especially if you're in areas of the world that are not safe. I hope you guys are good. I love you. Have a blessed day. Peace.